B, is your cup half empty or half full?
Half full.
Half full?
Half full.
Is the cup beside you half empty or half full?
It doesn't matter. It's half full.
I'm just curious, like, figuratively, your cup is half full, but, like, literally, is your cup half full?
It's 1/3 full.
Oh. That's below. That's more half empty.
Listen, yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm never gonna say it's empty. I'm always gonna say it's full. If that's
I'm not gonna convince you.
You're not gonna convince me to say otherwise.
I got that dish. Got that. I got that dish. Dish. I got that dish. I got that dish. That dish.
Hey y'all, it's Onika.
And it's your girl B.
And you are dishing with Dainty Dish. How you doing today, B?
I'm scratching and surviving. Good times.
Living in a child line.
Oh my gosh, I knew you were gonna say that line. The one line that nobody knows.
Hanging in a chow line. Good times.
And how are you doing?
Oh, I'm amazing.
After our great weekend?
After our amazing weekend together, we had a girls' staycation. We're so, like, simpatico. I love it.
No, I don't. It's not.
Almost like I gave birth to you. It's like, it's crazy.
Ew.
I'm just saying, like, it's like a... Never mind. I don't know where I was going with that one.
I know where you were going, but
you
no.
know where I was going. But yeah, it was fun times. Shout out to Kanika. Cousin Kay was there. Shout out to Amoy. Shout out to Kara. Who else was there? Dana. Dana's been on the show. Shout out to Dana.
Who else was there?
Who are we missing? I feel like you're missing someone. Daniela showed up.
Yeah.
She's been on the show as well. Lil Cuz. All the Cuzzies were there. Lexi was there. Lexi's never been on the show, though.
Yeah.
I haven't wrangled her and figured out her mental health problem yet. If she has one, I don't even know. I'm just saying. I haven't figured it out.
Just wrangle her in.
Just wrangle her into one of these conversations one of these days. Yeah, so we had a full house. All the kiddies were there running around. We did a serious West Indian party. We were just like, you know what, kids, here's your room. Just go at it. Just don't break anything.
Yep.
Like,
Have fun with your iPads. Let
the adults have their time. Let us
time.
drink some jungle juice. Like, you know, let us have a good time. And we had a good time. Just one thing to Kanika, though. I did not appreciate that Frozen situation that was going on in the living room for 2 hours.
Oh, my God.
Disney movies apparently are like an hour and a half to 2 hours long now. Gone are the days where they're like
an
63
hour.
Minutes. Like, Frozen 2 was long, and she took up that time, girl. You took up that time.
Well, I have to still watch, but you were not happy about it. So it was a situation.
I got a cake with candles that I blew out. There were only 24. I am 37. There wasn't enough candles. That's how old I am.
Well, you couldn't have just taken it as a compliment. You always have to just...
No, I earned every one of these years.
You're half empty.
No, I'm half full. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. Because if you're not half empty, you're not half full. You're in the middle.
I guess.
Yeah, but why don't we do the newsflash? That's good. We're gonna have to coin that. We're gonna have to make that into like a real song.
Oh,
Elle will do it. Did I tell you Elle's gonna redo our intro song?
yay!
Yeah, I told him to catch the vibe. Like, I want something smooth and, like, you know, feminine.
You definitely know how the sound.
You know the sound. Elle knows the sound. Elle's a music man as well. He's a man of many talents.
Yes.
And he's going to do a new intro song, so coming soon. We're freshening things up a little bit, you know, switching it up. It's 2020. It's time. New visions, new dreams, new goals. But on the newsflash side of things, The study reveals the benefits of developing a more positive attitude, which is the topic du jour.
Well, isn't this just perfect for the new year? Everybody's trying to,
Everyone's
new
trying to
year, new me.
Like trying to build a positive attitude, positivity. So a new study from queendom.com, and I tried to figure out where this is. I don't know, but they did a study, and I'm going to reference it.
Okay.
Analyzed data from 2,933 people who took the Big 5 personality test. I was going to take this test, but you have to do like a whole registration thing, and I wasn't about it. So
Is it free?
Whatever. I think it might be free. It just, there's a whole process. So it wasn't like straight to the test. So I didn't do it.
Wait. And it's on queendom.com? Is that what it's on?
No, you have to look up Big 5 personality test.
Big 5 personality test.
Research compared personality, lifestyle, and experience of people with positive attitudes to those with more negative attitudes. So among those with positive attitudes, 62% actively strive for self-improvement, compared to 42% with negative attitudes. So strive for self-improvement. So basically, people with positive attitudes want to better themselves.
That sounds
okay.
That sounds right.
That makes sense to me, though.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
If it was reversed, that would sound odd.
But that makes sense. 70% are highly self-motivated compared to 49% of negative people. 78% have strong drive to succeed compared to 60% of negative. 60% for negative people is still a lot, though.
Yeah, that's actually pretty high.
That's pretty high.
For strong
Drive to succeed when you're that negative, 60% is not bad. 49% say they achieved most of their goals that they set for themselves, compared to 24%. That makes sense. Compared to 24% for negative people setting goals that they make for themselves, because if you have a negative outlook, you're not completing tasks.
Okay,
so that one makes sense.
It's almost like a double negative with these things. That's why I'm here trying to think about.
85% of people say they love themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the positive people. 47% of negative people love themselves. Of these 2,933 people.
Only 47?
Only 47. That's a low number. That's not even 50%. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was about to say, you think it'd be like 60.
At
like
least
the other
60
one.
something.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, they want to succeed, but they just don't love themselves.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about, the facts that are stated here. Among negative people, 66% have a tendency to procrastinate. This is what kind of messed me up, because I procrastinate a lot, but I think I have a generally positive outlook on life.
So we're part of the other percentage. What's the other percentage?
40% of positive people procrastinate. So yeah, I'd be a part of that other percentage.
Okay.
75% of people have frequent self-doubt and tend to second guess themselves. 75%. Compared to 42% of positive people.
They have what? They have self-doubt?
Yeah, they have frequent self-doubt and tend to second guess themselves.
75%'s pretty high.
Yeah, I would say that's a high number.
But for negative people, that's just sad.
That's just sad, she said.
I mean, if we're being honest. You'd hope they stop second guessing themselves at some point.
Well, 75% of them don't. So, a lot. So 88% say that they frequently experience negative emotions like anger, sadness, anxiety, compared to 47% of positive people. So that says to me that they handle their situation better. Whatever situation they find themselves in, not the negative people, the positive people, they kind of ebb and flow with it. Whereas negative people just roll with these emotions.
Yeah. Negative people will probably more stay in a rut than positive people try to dig themselves out. So, makes sense.
69% get upset when they don't get their way. But only 29% of positive people get upset.
Okay, I'm going to quote myself as part of the 29% because I just can't be I can't be part of the negative.
I can't be part of can't be part of the problem.
I can't be part of the problem when it comes to that one. I get upset, but why does it have to be negative when I get upset? Why can't it be a positive?
Well, doesn't mean you're a negative person if you get upset. Because like you said to me earlier, you're part of the 29%.
Yeah, of positive people. That's what
Of positive people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was just a study. It had a bunch of facts. I thought it was cool. Just to see the comparison between positive thinking and negative thinking, and just kind of, it was almost like taking a survey to see if like I fit any of those categories.
Well, now I want to go take the test just to see. For sure
what it is.
These percentages are making me just wonder, like, am I part of the negative or am I part of the positive?
Well, tune in, you'll find out. All right. Funny enough, I was looking for news stories for Newsflash.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not a lot of talk about positivity in the news, even though it's become like this big thing.
Oh, this big craze on Instagram.
This big craze, yeah. But there's not a lot of talk of it in mainstream news. There was a feel-good story. I like to call these ones feel-goods. Out of Tampa, Florida. A non-for-profit called Live Happy, which is a grassroots program that educates the community on the virtues of happiness. It's run by a woman named Marilyn Boss, who believes positivity is the way to go. And when you I think she meant to say plant, positive thoughts in your head, and you keep those positive thoughts there, then you can do nothing else but be happy. I kind of agree with that. Live Happy's been running for 6 years. It's received the Uplifted Award for its commitment to teaching kindness. And Boss visits Bay Area schools to teach students the benefits of smiling.
The benefits of smiling.
You remember when you were a kid and people would be like, "Oh, why are you frowning? It takes more bones to frown.
It takes 66 bones to frown, and it only takes 4 to smile." Yeah.
Like,
wow.
Why are you frowning?
They're still making
more
that
bones
thing
to frown than it does to smile.
They're still making that a thing, eh? To get
That's
kids
the
to
thing,
smile.
To get kids to smile.
Listen.
I don't know if that's her technique. She might have come up with something new.
That's like, this is, what I feel like this is gonna be like about. It's gonna almost be like about, like sticks and stones can break my bones, but names could never hurt me. Like,
yeah,
like positive thinking. Like, you could make it through. Like anything.
I just want to, honestly, I did enough research on this that the thing that struck me and that I want to have a conversation about the most is, does positive thinking really improve your mental health? So there's a bunch of stuff that says, in regards to mental health, it makes you, more creative. It makes you better at problem solving. You think clearer. You're in a better mood. You have better coping skills, less depression. Like, all these great things that positive thinking is supposed to do for you. But there was an associate professor out of Sydney. Anthony Grant from the University of Sydney says the term positive thinking has been poorly defined and is often misunderstood. He warns that trying to be optimistic about life is highly unrealistic, like permanently optimistic.
I agree.
And it makes you worse off in the long run. So the quote is, it just doesn't work when people don't allow themselves to think about problems or sadness or any other emotion apart from happiness. It's not helpful at all.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah. I agree with that.
So, and he's also saying in difficult periods of life, you need to allow yourself to grieve and have a whole range of emotions because that's a part of the healing process. So let's talk about the negatives of positive thinking instead of just talking about positive thinking.
Oh, all these doubles that you
all
just
these
keep
doubles
throwing at me.
All these doubles. I have to agree with him. Like, I think about my lowest times. Like after grandma's died. Mm-hmm. Like, I couldn't find the silver lining in that very dark cloud in that moment.
Oh, I still haven't found the silver lining.
I know those women were old and they were going to die. But it just hit us really hard. And I just came off my birthday because Grandma Elvira died on my birthday. And literally every birthday since she died in 2004, I have just sobbed like endlessly, like just cried 20 minutes to the hour, 20 minutes to my birthday, always, every single time. And it's because I haven't reconciled my emotions around like about her death. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to think about like
someone just saying positive thinking.
Yeah, like think positive. Everything's going to be okay. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't, I feel like on a regular basis for the majority of my life, I think positive thoughts. Mm-hmm. Like, but there are certain aspects of my life that I tend to veer towards the negative. That doesn't make me a negative person though.
No.
I just have negative thoughts. It makes me human. And I just don't think it's human to just always be happy. I think it's kind of weird.
It is. It like I was saying, I agree with him. So I agree with that too. But it's just some people are just naturally happy. You gotta be the devil's advocate sometimes. Like some people are just naturally happy. Like even though they have problems, like they always look on the brighter side of things. I don't know why. You never know what their reasonings are, but it tends to make them.
But I feel like I'm one of those people. Like I fake it all the time. That like
no, but I'm not talking about faking it. I'm talking about like they're just genuinely just happy-go-lucky people. You know, like those morning people.
I'm a morning person.
Those preppy. Oh yeah, you are.
I'm definitely a morning person.
You are, now that you say it and I think about it. Yeah, you are. Those morning phone calls when I'm trying to be in my bed. Yeah,
I'm definitely morning. No, but I understand what you're saying about like those people who are genuinely just happy to be alive, like, and they find the good in every single moment of every single day. But I feel like to sustain that for the rest of your life, like, how is that even possible? What drugs are you on? Like,
wow, that's not always the case.
Like, to sustain that is insane.
It's not always the case. I'm obviously sure that they grieve and they feel pain and all other things like that, or else they'd be psychopaths. That's normally what people that don't feel those things are just one emotion all the time.
That's true.
Are crazy. They're psychopathic.
And I want to reference just a quick study. Mm-hmm. There was a 2015 study that found that positive self-statements only improve well-being in people who already have high self-esteem.
like
but
mantras.
In people with low self-esteem, it had the opposite effect.
I could actually attest to this. It's like mantras and affirmations. Like sometimes you could say affirmations and say things to yourself in the mirror and stuff like that, but unless you have the high self-esteem to continue to do it, you fall off the bandwagon.
Yeah, essentially he's saying that they know, this is Grant again, saying they know that they're lying to themselves. Like,
I don't want to think I'm lying to myself.
But I mean, essentially,
I just want to think I don't have the time.
No, essentially, it's telling yourself a lie. If it doesn't get achieved, it's a lie.
Why do you have to go so dark with it? Why?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go dark. I just like, I don't know. I just kind of feel like positive thinking is one of those things. I completely agree with that last statement. He also says it's a paradox because it works for people, but it works for the people who don't need it, which is people with high self-esteem.
But people with high self-esteem still need positive thinking, or else their high self-esteem would
plummet.
Yeah. So this is like, it's almost like devil's advocate. You got to think on both sides of the spectrum when it comes to positive thinking. Like, it helps. No, it helps if you want it to help.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. It also has some benefits, positive thinking, according to what I found. It has some benefits on physical well-being as well. So longer lifespan.
longer lifespan.
Positive people live longer.
Well, I guess, they probably don't have heart problems and things like that. High blood pressure, high cholesterol.
Low chance of heart attack. When I think, and they recover faster, better physical health, greater resistance to illness like the common cold, low blood pressure, better stress management, and better pain tolerance. I can completely attest, because Grandma Judy is one of the most positive people you've ever met in your life. And this woman had a triple bypass surgery, and she's kicking. She's driving an SUV down in the Schwa every day out of her house at 9, not coming in until 6, till dinner time, living her life. Like, positivity.
I need to rethink this whole positive thinking thing for a little bit. Like,
I'm not saying it's not that I don't believe. I believe in the power of positive thinking. And I'm going to tell you this story because remember the trip to Mexico?
Yes.
Okay. So, guys, in 2010, I won a trip to Mexico on the radio. A week before that, I had saw a commercial that was for Mexico. And I said to myself, I want to go to Mexico. And I didn't say anything else. Not a negative thought, not another positive thought, nothing else. I want to go to Mexico.
Mm-hmm, it's true.
And then a week later, I was on Flow 93.5, Doors to Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I had this weird obsession with the number 6. Weird obsession with the number 6.
Could not believe it.
I was calling number 9.
I was in the car.
She was in the car.
I was
calling
pissed.
number 9. You were pregnant.
I was pregnant and pissed. I was hormonal. Yeah.
Calling number 9. Your situation ex was in the back seat, and calling number 9. They're like, pick a door between 1 and 4. Pick door number 3. I was confident, and they said, "Are you sure?" Because they try to veer you away from the door that it is. And I said, I'm either going to win $5,000. I'm going to win a trip to Mexico. And they opened the door, and it was a trip for 2 to the Mayan Riviera, Mexico. Positive thinking. Let me tell you, it works. It works. It works for me, but that's because I have high self-esteem. My self-esteem has ebbs and flows. It has ebbs and flows, but right now it's pretty up there. So
I like to think mine's average,
No.
So maybe I should just get on the positive thinking board. I don't know.
You should. It's also about self-talk. So, like self-talk is basically all the thoughts that we have racing through our brains that are unsaid, that we think about like either ourselves or some made-up reality that we have for ourselves. Like, that's where positive
my self-talk is off the radar.
Like, your self-talk. Like, what is that like? And what is it like being in your head?
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
I overthink everything. I could branch off. You know when they teach you in elementary school about brainstorming and like you write the little thing in the bubble and then you draw all the crazy, ugly, ridiculous lines everywhere and you just put all these random words. That's my brain.
Wow. Your brain's like a fried egg.
Yeah, and I have mom brain on top of that. Like, it's 2 sunny side up eggs at this point. It's just my mind goes everywhere at all times. So when I try to fit positivity in there, it tends to rear off. Something crazy always happens and sends me off course.
Wow.
How about you? What does your brain look like?
Oh gosh, you don't want to know about that. You don't want to know about my brain. My brain is like an onion. It's got layers.
Are you crying through the layers, or are you just?
Oh, I'm hollering. I'm hollering through the layers. Trust me, it's got extreme highs, extreme lows, a little bit of sprinkle of procrastination, sprinkle of joy.
See, we're real here, guys. We're so real here.
Sprinkle of this, sprinkle of that. No, but
nobody's brain's perfect, so it's okay.
No, but I always try to think positively, even if I let because you let negativity creep in, whether or not it's because you have haters or you don't love yourself or whatever the case may friggin' be. Like I still try to allow myself to think positively. And one of the ways I think that works best for me is like animation, like visualizing what I want. And how I want it to look, and how I want it to feel. Like a vision board? Like a vision board. Like
the vision board you did without me.
Yeah, that I did without you because you were slacking.
I was not slacking.
I told you I did that for our class, B.
I know, but it doesn't matter.
And it's kind of garbage anyways. I used the medical tape that Mom gave me, and it's like stuck to the fridge, but you guys got to see it. It's really weird. It's like falling off.
Maybe you'll take an Instagram picture.
Yeah, we'll take a picture and put it on Instagram. Yeah, so... I forgot what I was saying. You interrupted me. No, so I was saying I try to think as positively as possible, and I use animation. That's what I was saying. I visualize what I want out of life and how I want things to be, and I am the type of person that wears the rose-colored glasses that they often refer to when it comes to people. I'm an idealist. I'm not a realist. I don't like reality because it doesn't suit me. So it just doesn't suit me.
It doesn't suit your fancy?
It doesn't suit my fancy. So I'm an idealist. So I see things kind of rose-colored to begin with. So then I layer some more positivity on top of that, and I just shoot it out my chest like a carrier. Care Bear countdown. Just when you need a friendly bear.
Just when you need a friendly bear.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, that was amazing. That was good. Tickle me. Thank you.
That was amazing.
Let's see.
So positivity. And you think in watching that show as kids, we'd have so much more positivity in life.
No, the world crushes that for you.
It crushes. It really crushes. Does.
Social media crushes that. The world crushes that.
Like everything just crushes
everything positive to me that's on social media is kind of like there's always like something behind it, like a gimmick.
Yes. It's never
like,
genuine.
I don't post positivity quotes. I post quotes that make you think on our Instagram.
I post real quotes on my Instagram.
Yeah, quotes. I mean, not like drink some orange juice and love the sun. Like I don't. Like, I don't.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
No, none of that garbage. Like it has become a thing on Instagram though.
Yes.
I'm like, just stop telling me to be happy. I'll be happy when I'm ready to be happy. And not a minute before. Like
not
in this Instagram
like,
Insta.
Just in time.
Like
just on time.
But we had talked about negative thinking. But we didn't talk about what types of negative thinking there are.
There are different types of negative thinking?
Absolutely. Oh. Before you can think positively.
I really hope I just have one of these things on.
Check them off your list. See if you do this. Because I know which ones I do. So filtering. You magnify the negative aspects of a situation and filter out the positive. Check. Personalizing. When something bad occurs, you automatically blame yourself.
Check.
Catastrophizing. You automatically anticipate the worst.
Check.
Polarizing. You only see things as good or bad, black or white. There's no room for gray.
No, I don't think I'm that one.
You're not that one. You're
I don't think I'm that one. Yeah, I'm the other three because I'm, like I said, I'm devil's advocate. With like when it comes to a lot of situations, for me personally, like I could sit down and brainstorm every single scenario. Like I could.
But how many of those scenarios end up being positive versus the ones that are negative?
Actually, shit.
Good question, eh?
That's a good question. I'm pretty sure like maybe like 60% of them are probably negative and like 40% of them are positive. And that's even being generous. Like maybe even like 80-20.
80-20, shit.
Yeah. Like,
girl, you negative. Girl, you negative.
I don't know. Like I like to think maybe you know what it is? Maybe I am negative, but I'm a happy negative.
Yeah. You accept.
I accept the negative in the world for what it is.
You're a realist.
I'm a realist. Yeah, like I said, you're an idealist.
Realist,
I'm a realist.
I find realists to be kind of negative. Personally, I
guess,
feel like you're kind
maybe.
of just like,
Maybe. But I
Yeah.
could change that at some point in my life, so it's okay.
like I
It's changeable.
always try to look on the brighter side of things, and you have to when you're a crazy person. Like you have to look when you're locked in a hospital. You got to look on the brighter side of that glass door.
The grass is surely greener.
Like you got to get back to freedom. So you have to think positively in situations like that. You know, you have to be on your toes and just think about like, you know, this too shall pass. And that's what I always say to myself.
Yeah, like I have those moments where I'm like, yeah, this too shall pass, and I have positive. That's what I mean. Like there are the times, but my mind's always all over the place. That sometimes the storm takes over.
Even my favorite quote, it has a tinge of negativity to it because, you know, you have to go through some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the Robert Frost quote that I'm going to get tattooed on my right arm, hopefully summertime, the only way out is through. So, you know, you have to go through something to get out of it, to see the other end. So it's hard to just blanket think positivity when you know you're about to go through some shit.
You want us to hear something so funny that I want to tell you my favorite quote now, because it's like exactly going to show us how you're an idealist and I'm a realist. Mine is always something, never nothing.
Always something, never
Always
nothing.
something, never nothing.
Always
Like I'm
something, never
always like,
nothing.
even if there's nothing going on right now, it's always something, never nothing. Like I'm always looking for the negative in everything, I guess. Now that you really like, I'm womp womp, eh?
Yeah, we're so different that way.
Mm.
We're so different. So I'm going to try to help you to think more positively.
And I'm gonna help you to think more really.
No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good.
You're like, no, thank you.
No, I've lived 37 years this way. I don't plan on changing.
You rock. Don't ever change.
I'm either going to get engaged on the top of the castle in Disneyland
Oh my god.
or in bed with my head tie on. I'm polar opposites.
It's probably gonna happen the second way. Just letting you know.
Probably. It might happen in the first. You never know.
Positive thinking.
Positive thinking. Identify areas of change. So identify areas in your life where you usually think negatively, and just baby steps. Just approach them with a more positive attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one way. Check yourself.
Check.
Check yourself. Periodically through the day, stop and evaluate your thinking pattern. If you find that you're thinking negatively, then try to find ways to put a positive spin on that thought.
So turn a negative into a positive.
Turn a negative into a positive.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Mm-hmm. Follow a healthy lifestyle. This is what I'm going to try to do starting tomorrow. I'm going to aim to exercise for about 30 minutes a day. Exercise has a positive effect on your immunity. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing so hard right now? Why are you laughing so hard right now?
Lord, forgive me. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I could.
Elliot's laughing. I can do this, guys.
You can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it. I just feel like maybe we should start at like 15. Like just 15. You gotta warm yourself up. You can't strain yourself. You can't do strenuous numbers. 30 is a lot for me, and I just had a baby.
Yeah, but I haven't had a baby.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I've had a baby. Like, and most people would be like, oh, you need to exercise and tone back up. Like, no, I'm doing 15 minutes. Like, I might do 10. You should just start at 15. Start at 15.
It takes me 15 minutes to get my sports bra on. Like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
That
Rolling.
VS sports bra is
I'm
very complicated.
rolling.
It takes me that long to get dressed. That's half the workout for me.
Like,
Just
could
put
you
my clothes
imagine?
on. I don't start the clock when I start exercising. I start the clock from when I pull out that
That's
backpack
cardio.
and start putting my stuff on. That's cardio. Trust me.
Well, okay, fine. So take your 30 then. Take your 30, girl.
That's what
Take your
I'm
30.
saying.
Go ahead. It's all right. Go
It's
ahead.
really like 17 minutes of exercising.
Uh-huh.
But follow a healthier lifestyle. Surround yourself with positive people. This is a lesson I had to learn very early in life.
Cut them off. Yeah.
Cut them off. I just added to that song. I don't know where that song was from, but I added to it.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
No, but I feel like there was a time in my life where I was surrounded by a lot of naysayers, a lot of negative people.
Mm-hmm.
And
As we all are,
haters,
and that is
haters, if you will.
that is mostly in high school,
mostly high school and
Yeah.
latter years.
mm-hmm.
And they're haters, and you can't allow them to bring you down to their level or get them involved in your situation. Like, you have to be around people who are positive, who are saying something and doing something usually helps,
Mm-hmm.
and who are going to be supportive of you in your endeavors.
Yeah, sometimes you got to change your circle. You got to change your circle a little bit. Not disown your circle, but just find another one.
Yeah, this is true for like people I feel like who do drugs and want to get off of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be doing drugs and want to get off of drugs and still hanging out with your drug friends.
Yeah, you need
Like,
a new.
still hanging out at your drug
need a new
dealer's house.
circle.
You need a new circle, even if it means going without friends for a while. Like, it's better than being around people that are going to bring you down.
Mm-hmm.
That's just self-sabotaging.
Yes.
Did we talk about that?
Girl, I feel like we did.
I feel like you've been on this show for years.
Oh, that's so special of you to say.
I really do.
Feels
I
good.
feel the same way about you, Elliot, as well.
I mean, doesn't that just warm you? It just tickles your heart a little bit when you said that. Like, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Practice,
Practive.
proactive, positive self-talk. So I don't do affirmations.
You is kind. You is smart. You is important.
I don't do affirmations really, but I do talk to myself. Just not.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Like, I'll tell myself how awesome I am.
Someone
every
used to
day.
tell me that was it you? The sign that you're
Yeah, the sign, the true mark of insanity isn't when you talk to yourself. It's when someone answers back.
Yeah. I answer myself though, so I don't know.
No, but you're not someone. You're yourself.
Okay,
Like,
so.
if you started hearing Elliot's voice in your head, then come talk to me if you have a problem. Like, that's a personality disorder of some kind, and you need to get that sorted out immediately.
Most definitely, I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know if you start hearing like T's voice in your head randomly.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
let me know. And I don't mean like a memory. Like, actually, he's answering you in your head.
Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
should I make the sandwich this morning? He's like, hell yeah, you should make that sandwich
Hell
as well.
yeah, bitch, make that sandwich. No, but practice positive self-talk. Yeah, I'm just like, you're gonna kill this. I've been saying it today. We had a pretty special day, pretty special taping. We'll tell you about it next week. We can talk about it.
No, you can't.
Fine. I'll tell you about it next week. But it was a pretty special day, and I was nervous all day, and I just like ate one meal. So after this taping, Bianca's gonna make me a pizza.
Oh my god.
Because I'm hungry, and I just was nervous all day, but I'm like, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. And just saying that to myself and hearing it from the people that I surround myself with, especially Elle. Thank you so much, Elle, for your support today. I know you got me. I got you too. And Elle's coming to help paint my apartment because Bianca has canceled on me twice.
I have not. Listen, I have children.
Don't stop using my nieces as an excuse.
Children,
okay?
They need me. They want.
No,
me
they
around.
want you around. They don't need you.
They need me.
Well, okay, they need you. You're their mom.
Yeah.
But they could go without you for a couple hours.
Don't blame me that you had me for 19 years and you lucked out.
Whatever.
Before I start having children, okay, you lucked out.
Like,
You had
19
me
years is not
for
enough.
You had me for 19 years.
Not enough.
You
Oh
still
my
have
gosh.
me, but I'm just saying. So don't try.
This
and
one
guilt-trip
is a
me.
throwback to 2 weeks ago's our Christmas episode. Gratitude list and journals. Go figure. Attitude of gratitude. That's the way to think positively, not negatively about every situation and every little thing. So take time to notice what's good in life. I like this time chunking one. I think I'm going to try this one. Time chunking. It's interesting for troubleshooting problems. So you set aside some time to think about the challenges in your life: physical, mental, work, finance, relationships, etc. Notice how the thought and emotion makes you feel. Like how you feel around the situation. Is there anything you can change in that moment or in the near future? And once you're done setting aside, and you set aside this time and you do it every day, and it's just a small window, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. And when you're done, you have to kind of let go. You have to practice letting go of the problem until something can be done about it.
Oh, that would have been great. Like 2 weeks ago when I was fretting about my vehicle.
Could have used some time chunking.
I could have used some time chunking, definitely.
Time chunking sounds like a Ben and Jerry's
Right? Ice cream.
ice cream flavor. Time
Are we-
chunking.
are we
What would
tick?
have in it?
Are we tick?
I want ice cream right now so bad. I can't believe I left that cookie dough ice cream. You owe me a cookie dough ice cream.
I know. I'll get you it when I can.
And
I'll get around to
cookie
it.
dough ice cream for my birthday. I'm so mad.
Listen, I put you on. That's extras.
You put me on. You put me on, and I didn't even get to go on because I didn't even open it. So I didn't even get to feel how exciting it could have been.
But you know
to
what?
have the cookie
It'll
dough.
taste even that much better when you have it.
Fine.
Okay.
Next time.
Next time.
Mindfulness practice, which is essentially meditation. So take a few minutes to focus on your breath and the present moment and be in the present moment. When your mind wanders, bring your attention back to your breath. This is easier said than done, speaking as a person who meditates on a daily basis, and I still haven't gotten the hang of it, and I've been doing it for months.
I meditate for my anxiety.
Like,
I was
do you?
taught, I was taught, like when I'm going to sleep, if I'm feeling anxious, to like almost let pick a color, and just let it take over my body. So like imagine it washing over me from like the top of my head to like my toes, like, and just feeling it and breathing through it, and like almost like if you're like a battery, like and it actually calms you down. So I actually remember one time too when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure you used to meditate, and I thought I saw you levitating off the bed. I was probably just a child. I was probably just a naive
You
child.
saw me levitating,
But I feel like, I'm also,
bed?
also keep in mind at that age, I also wanted to be a witch, so I wanted to fly myself. So I'm pretty sure I made these things up in my mind, but just because meditate,
that's your ghost of Colonel Sanders.
I guess so.
That's your ghost of... I told you that story, the ghost of Colonel Sanders. Oh, I'll tell it to you later. It's hilarious. I could have swore I saw the ghost of Colonel Sanders when I was a kid in Guyana, but I realize now it was a plantation owner. It was the ghost of a plantation owner. I'm sure he looked just like Colonel Sanders, linen suit and all.
Oh my gosh!
Me, Candace, and Kieran were playing hide and seek.
No.
And I walked into this house, and there he was sitting there in the rocking chair with his little stick. And I'm telling you, it was a plantation owner.
I can't. No.
But to me, it looked like the guy in the chicken box. I was this is the ghost of Colonel Sanders.
No.
When I came that's why I can't eat KFC up here.
I can't even with you right now. That is not.
I can't even. I can't.
I
eat
didn't
KFC,
even know
guys.
this
I don't
story.
like
Okay,
it.
so this is.
I thought you knew the ghost of Colonel Sanders story.
Colonel Sanders. I'm like, okay.
No, yeah, that was it. That was it. I had no relation to what we were talking about at all, but I thought I'd share that story with you guys. Practice self-compassion. This one's hard. But reminding yourself that no one is perfect. We all make mistakes. And it says research shows that when you are self-compassionate, it makes you happier and lowers anxiety and depression.
It does. Self-compassion. Honestly, that's one of the things I actually struggle with. the most, because I have a lot of friends that come to me for advice or come to me with, like their problems or just their stressors and stuff like that. And I'll always tell them something, and then I have to not second guess myself, but then almost be like, why can't I tell myself that when I'm going through that situation? Like, I could shell out the information, but I can't take in my own advice. And self compassion. Like, I'll be so hard on myself, and I'll be telling people, like, don't be hard on yourself. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's somewhere I remember reading. It says, don't say anything to yourself that you wouldn't say to someone else. Which is hard, because I can say some harsh shit to myself, and I would say the same shit to someone else if it was necessary.
Oh, I have no broatopsy sometimes, so I can say some rude things to people.
I'd be rude, so I don't know. That saying doesn't work for me at all.
Yeah, but it's true. No, I
understand what they're saying, though. I understand what they're saying. I
felt that, but I was like, now that when I was thinking about it, I was like, sometimes my mouth doesn't have any type of behavior, so that's why I probably don't have no type of behavior with myself. Just real.
Yeah.
Just real. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, final thoughts on positive thinking?
Positive thinking is necessary. It's necessary to maintain, a healthy lifestyle. A healthy mental lifestyle.
I think positive thinking, thank you. I think, sorry, in class, when people talk, we say thank you.
Is that
so,
what you...
like, so thank you, so-and-so, like, So I'm in class mode right now. Like, I'm in one of my classes. So I think positive thinking is like a process. Because I think we all kind of start out thinking Care Bears countdown, like we all start out thinking positive, and then life gets you down, it picks at you, and chips away at your resolve, and then you have to like build yourself back up. And in that process of building yourself back up, that's where positive thinking can come in handy. Like,
as a tool. It's a great tool, but it's not a lifestyle.
No. It's not a way, because then you're ignoring your problems. You're not facing reality. So. If you're living in an apartment and your rent hasn't been paid in 6 months and you've got 10 eviction notices, you're not just going to be making a sandwich in your kitchen. Yeah, you're not just going to be making a sandwich in your kitchen. You're going to be figuring some shit out for yourself is what you're going to be doing. But one of the things that is important to do is to think positively. I'm going to get myself out of this situation. This too shall pass.
Definitely.
All of the platitudes that you can imagine, because there's so many out there. Look on Instagram, you'll find them all there.
Yeah.
But yeah, thinking positively it's not a lifestyle. It's a choice.
It's a tool.
It's a tool. It's not even it's a choice. It's a tool, but it's a choice. Okay. It's definitely a choice, because I could choose to get up every day and think this is going to be a shit day, or I could choose to get up every day and think this is going to be the best day of my life.
That's true.
That's a choice that I make on a daily basis. If I hit the snooze button, you know what? It's going to be a shit day. I'm not trying to get out of bed. Like, I'm not trying to face the world. I'm trying to be in a negative headspace. But if I want to be in a positive headspace, I get up, take a shower, put my boots on, and walk out the door and go face life.
Yeah.
So it definitely to me, in my opinion, is a choice.
The takeaway, I think, just is that thinking negatively doesn't make you a negative person, but thinking positively doesn't make you an over positive person. It just
makes you hopeful.
It makes you hopeful. It makes the days better. It makes the days shorter.
Not as long.
Not as long and dreary as some people might see it. So
negative people.
Yeah. Negative people.
But with that said, B, guys, if you have any topics that you want us to cover on the show, or you have any questions or concerns, well, not concerns. I don't want to hear your concerns. I do. Feedback is always the best back.
Feedback's always the best back.
Okay. Yeah. So if you just want to say a shout out to us, or hello, or ask us any questions, just figure it out. Go ahead, B. Go ahead, B. Sorry, I didn't mean that last part.
If you'd like to reach me or Onika, you can reach us at Dainty Dysh. It's been a while.
It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a couple of weeks.
Okay, let's start that. Let's start that over.
Okay,
we're starting that whole section over. So if you guys want to share some of your positive mantras with us, some of the things you do to stay positive,
Some affirmations.
some affirmations that you might want to hear on the show, I'm willing to do them for you. I'm sure B is as well.
Of course.
So if you want to reach out to us, get in touch with us, B, tell them how they can do that.
So if you would like to get in touch with us and reach us, you can reach us at dysh@daintydysh.com. That's DYSH at DAINTYDYSH.com. And if you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts,
Give us a 5, you deserve 5.
and if you're listening to us on any other platform, thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe. And if you'd like to get in touch with us on social media, my social media is That Muva Bad XO. That is ThatMuvabadXO. And Onika's is
Best of Onika. That is BESTOFONIKA.
Yep. And you guys could just,
And the Dainty Dish one.
the dainty. Oh yes, and we're also, broadening our horizons with our Instagram. We have our own Instagram now. Yay! Well, for a while.
For a while. I just haven't said it on
But
the show.
yeah, so
I'm not good with social media, guys. I'm just going to keep it real with you.
So
I barely know how to work my computer.
So if you'd like to stay in touch with us quicker, it would be on our Instagram, which is the Dainty Dish.
At Dainty Dish Podcast.
Oh, it's at Dainty Dish Podcast. So that's DAY. Oh gosh,
You can't even spell your own last name?
I can't even spell my own
Yeah,
last
what's
name.
wrong with you?
I'm tired, girl. I'm
I'm
tired.
tired.
Dainty Dish Podcast. So it's at DAINTYDYSHPODCAST. You always have me spelling like I'm at a friggin' spelling bee. That's what the problem is. My letters get jumbled up.
Work it out.
Oh, my
Don't make
gosh.
excuses. Tough it out. Positive thinking.
Okay, I will.
All right, guys. That has been the dish of the day, and I hope y'all have yourselves a very, very, very happy hump day.